When you spoke about female travelers, what would you say are some of the safest destinations for females to travel in India?
In the north, Rishikesh is one. Females definitely can go to Manali and the Kullu belt. In the north, Jaipur, Rajasthan in itself is quite safe for females to travel. Females can go to Kochi, Munnar. These are beautiful destinations.
Which is the place that took your breath away?
I love Santorini. Beautiful island. I think it's my dream destination to settle at the end of everything.
How is Hosteller doing things differently as opposed to Airbnb?
In an Airbnb, generally a single group goes and stay. Whereas in a hostel, our events and activities become better because you are doing it with unknown strangers. But in our activities, it's different people coming together.
Yeah.
Maybe there are two foreigners, a few Indians. People know each other. They talk to each other. And that's the kind of bond that we form.
If every 20-year-old could visit, just one place
Sure.
in their lifetime to learn about life, where would it be and why? Welcome to Breakthrough Moments with Priyanka Bhatt. In today's episode, we are going to be diving into Pranav Dangi's journey and how he has built one of India's most affordable hostel backpacker chains in the country. He'll also be sharing a lot of essential and practical friendly tips and tricks of how young India travels and the kind of consumer trends that are seen in the travel industry today. And I think it's going to be a very exciting episode, so stay tuned. This episode is going to be fun and power packed with a lot of insight and learning on travel consumption trends in India and what this means for the Gen Z and the young millennials. So stay tuned till the end. Pranav, very happy that you're on my show today and very, very excited about this conversation because travel is really very close to my heart. And I think that really shapes me as a person and the way I run my business today. So really happy and excited to, have this conversation today.
Thanks, Priyanka, for inviting me to the podcast. I'm really happy to be here to share a few tricks and tips that we have learned over the years. So we can begin as you want.
Okay, so first let's start with telling me what are the three ways solo traveling changes a person forever.
Oh, so I think each one of us have done solo traveling at some point in our life, but solo traveling does a few things to an individual. First is it gives the confidence uh, to an individual to be independent, to not rely on anyone, but on their own guidance and their own, I would say, way to go forward. So confidence is something that really kicks in when someone starts traveling. Second thing is perspective, and that's really common with whether you travel solo or whether you travel with a group. I mean, travel definitely gives perspective, a wider perspective to every individual.
Yeah.
Third thing is, I would say, experience. When anyone travels solo, there are a lot of hurdles, challenges that one faces while traveling solo, and I think that's the experience that you can't get while sitting out of your comfort zone. You have to go out,
Yeah.
see the world, and that's the experience. That's the first-hand experience that anyone gets while traveling solo.
Amazing. So, have you seen in your journey what is the kind of target segment who's traveling solo in your experience of building Hosteller?
Sure.
What are the kind of trends you've seen with the younger generation
Sure.
today?
No, so I still remember my solo travel. This was 2013. I was 24, 23, maybe. I picked up travel and I picked the mammoth task of traveling to Europe solo. So I did go there, traveled solo for 5 months, came back with richer experiences, a better me. To tell you, in and the world has moved quite fast over the years. These days, anyone who is just turning 18 want to travel. And those are the kind of people we call travel bloomers. So they're just blooming. They're just coming into that travel landscape. So yes, younger generation is traveling solo. Over the years, with the hostels coming in India, we have seen a lot of females picking up solo traveling.
Yeah.
In fact, I would give you an interesting fact. Out of the 33% of the total travelers, we receive solo travelers as 33%. And out of those solo travelers, females contribute to it almost, I would say, out of every three solo travelers, two are female travelers. So
Wow.
females are have definitely picked up solo traveling. But yes, solo traveling is not restricted by age, by gender, by anything else. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a person's choice. We have seen older people,
Yeah.
probably who are in their 50s or 40s,
Yeah.
have traveled solo with us and stayed with us. We have
Right.
seen younger generation. We have seen females. We see a lot of male traveling solo. So yeah,
Yeah.
solo traveling is definitely loved by everyone, every gender possible.
Amazing. And why
Yeah,
do you think there has been an uptick with female travelers specifically? Because you mentioned out of
sure.
every three travelers, two people, two women
Yeah,
would go probably or book with a hosteler.
yeah.
So what are those trends that are helping women to go out of their comfort zone and travel solo?
Sure. See, over the years, the world has become connected. Everything now is on people's phone. And technology over the years has given comfort to females, whether it comes to the choice of stays, the fast way in which people females can book a transportation, uh, and especially with hostels coming in India, uh, being social, being those spaces where they can find other female travelers from different parts of the world, they have entrusted the hostels in a much faster way as compared to hotels. In hotels, generally, if even if a solo female traveler is staying, she's all alone. She's in the room. She does not know who the people are in the neighboring rooms or in the hotel. But
Yeah.
but the culture, the way we operate a hostel, it's very different.
Yeah.
Females see other females. We do a lot of community events. We have
Yeah.
female staff at the properties. We All our properties are well secured, safe. So there
Yeah.
is this sense of belonging plus safety for the females, and that is
Yeah.
why female come in larger numbers as compared to males.
Amazing. Yeah, in
Yeah,
fact, that was my next question that,
yeah,
because a lot of females, younger women will have this, hesitation
sure.
about safety.
Yeah,
And that becomes a concern even for parents,
yeah,
right? So, how do you kind of bridge that gap? So, do you have any like measures at your company at Hosteller that
yeah.
practice?
No, so safety is definitely our topmost priority. Safety, comfort, cleanliness, but safety ranks at the top. This is also because, as I said, female come to the hostels. They come solo. They probably come in a group of two females. But at the end of the day, everyone seeks safety,
Yeah.
and especially females. So
Yeah.
we do take a lot of measures. Right from the booking journey, we clear a lot of things. We have segregations with respect to our accommodation. There are mixed dorms, there are female dorms. If let's say if a female has booked a mixed dorm due to unavailability of female dorms, we manually reconfigure their accommodation type to a better mixed dorm where larger proportion of females are there.
Yeah.
While they are at the property, our front office is open 24/7. If they are facing any difficulties, we are always there. We in fact are on a 6 to 9 month exercise where we are building many more features in our app, where it's all about safety. We are bringing in a SOS button. So, for example, any female anywhere in the city, whether in the hostel or in the neighborhood, is facing any problem, we are just one button away. So we're building that feature. We are
Yeah.
also, one testimony to our, I would say, focus on female safety is as a corporate, in our head office we have larger proportion of females as compared to males. So definitely that's our topmost priority, and we're
Yeah.
building more on it.
Right. And how much budget do you think a traveler needs to keep aside if he or she is traveling solo, say for a week?
So, it depends again from if you're going to a far distant destination, or you are in the proximity of 200 300 kilometers.
Yeah.
So let's say if you are under 300 kilometer, maybe 3 to 5,000 rupee for a 2 night trip, where it covers your transportation, your stay, your food, activities and events happening in that particular destination. But if you're going for beyond 300 kilometers, maybe 5 to 7K. And this has been possible only because of hostels coming in the picture. Because hostels offer dormitories, these are shared spaces where people do not really have to spend as they spend on a private room.
Yeah.
So accommodation has been reduced to a lot of extent due to hostels coming in. However, good richer experiences at hostels do not cost anything. Does not make a dent on your pocket. So yes, in 3 to 5,000 you can do a wonderful trip.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
that's pretty
yeah.
affordable, I would
I'll
say.
give you my own example.
Hmm.
I did 5 months in Europe
Hmm.
in under 5 lakh rupees. Uh,
Wow.
5 months in a and I traveled to 17 countries. Uh,
Wow, I think I need to take some tips from you offline.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, travel does not cost much if you know the tricks on how to go about it.
Hmm.
Uh, Book hostels in advance, book your travel in advance, uh, look for events and experiences from the hostels rather
Hmm.
than any other third party, I would say, provider in the city.
Yeah.
Uh, get first hand information from hostels front office, and
Yeah.
all of these things help you have a better I would say travel,
Yeah.
and in the budget that you are comfortable with.
Understood. So you
Yeah,
said these are shared experiences and shared spaces.
yeah.
So how many people typically would stay in one dorm?
So we have different type of dorms. We have a 4 bed dorm, a 6 bed dorm, and a 8 bed dorm.
Okay.
So it depends on the size of the room. But yeah, I mean, generally we prefer a 4 and a 6 bed dorm.
And I'm assuming the prices will vary depending on the kind of accommodation you're
Yeah,
choosing.
it slightly varies. There's a difference of almost 100 rupees between the
Okay,
dorms.
understood. And when you spoke about female travelers, what would you say are some of the safest destinations for females to travel in India?
Oh, there are many.
If you can name top three
Like
destinations.
if in the north, Rishikesh is one. Females definitely can go to Manali and the Kullu belt. Uh, uh, in the north, Jaipur, Rajasthan in itself is quite safe for females to travel. But if you talk about about south, I would say Kerala is very safe.
Hmm.
Uh, Females can go to Kochi, Munnar. These are beautiful destinations. Again, I mean, Goa, Goa is definitely a group destination.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, people do travel solo also, and there is plenty to be offered in a place like Goa for
Interesting. And
females.
which are some of the most frequented destinations that people go to through Hosteller?
Okay, Kasol is one
Hmm.
in north.
Yeah.
Goa in south is another.
Yeah.
People go to Kochi for its heritage, for the food that Kochi has to offer.
Hmm.
Kochi is a beautiful city with a lot of islands here and there,
Yeah.
a lot of backwaters. So yes, personally, my favorite is Kerala in
Hmm.
India.
Hmm.
I love Kerala. Anytime that I get a chance, I go to Kerala.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in many destinations in the country at the moment.
Amazing. And what is that one thing, if you have to give one tip of to this younger India who's
Sure.
watching this show today?
Yeah.
What is that one tip you would talk about when you travel solo? How can it help you shape you as a person? I know you spoke about confidence, you
Sure.
spoke about experiences,
Yeah.
but if you can talk about what is a lesson that a person can learn when they travel solo?
Okay. I feel that everyone should travel solo once or many a times in their life, uh, especially when they feel that the purpose is missing in the life. For example, I am an engineer MBA. I traveled to Europe. Not with the mindset that I would someday open a hostel brand. I just traveled. I wanted to see the world, and something beautiful happened out of it. Is that it shaped my career. So you never know when a particular trip or your entire travel plan changes something in you, and you will be able to only figure that out once you step out of your comfort zone, go to different places, and maybe something beautiful is waiting at the end of it for that individual.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And how many first time solo travelers meet lifelong friends while they are on a trip?
Oh, many.
Do you have any statistics that you've seen or trends you've seen while you were building the company?
So I would say, I mean, stats wise, we don't really have that data, but let me tell you, people come solo or in groups, and they end up living with lifelong friendships with different people. I mean, there's this saying that people come solo and they leave with 10 WhatsApp groups in their phone at the end of it.
Wow.
So people meet other people. Personally, I know at least 100 people who are my friends now, who I met on different travel journeys that I took over the years.
Right. And how is your solo travel experience with Hosteller, say, different from a couch surfing? Because couch surfing is also more
Sure.
about community, and
Yeah.
you stay in somebody's
Yeah.
home, and that concept, especially in the West,
Yeah.
is picking up quite a lot.
Yeah.
So, what would you say on that?
So yes, couch surfing, particularly in India, it has not picked up due to obvious reasons regarding safety, regarding who the other person, who the host would be. But in West, as you rightly put, it's a big trend. People go to couch surf, they earn credits, they host someone else, and that's how it works. It's a beautiful way to travel. It saves a lot of money. It gives you a lot of connections, real connections. But yes, in India, it is still to become a trend. But yes, it's a wonderful way to travel.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Now let's talk a little bit about your journey, Pranav.
sure.
What is that one time you felt that, okay, I want to build Hosteller? What is the gap you saw in the market
Yeah.
when you started the Hosteller?
So as I said, I came back from Europe.
How old
I
were you when you came back?
23 maybe.
Okay.
I I completed my MBA, got a job in EY, and EY delayed the joining by 3 months. And that was the time that I got to travel in India with that mindset to figure out if there were any backpacker hostels at that point in time. I traveled a lot, probably the entire 3 months. Trying to figure out if there were hostels or if there were no hostels where these backpackers, travel bloomers, couples, the budget travelers were staying. And to my surprise, they were in homestays or in 1, 2, 3 star category hotels, unstandardized offerings. And it gave me a lot of learning. First thing was that entire concept of community living,
Yeah.
sharing was missing in these hotels. There was a very big infrastructural gap, meaning that a hotel or a hostel is expected to offer a clean bed, a hygienic stay, a safe stay, should have a well spoken guy at the reception, should give you a lot of information because you are an outsider while you are traveling. All these things were missing. The category of hostels were missing. And I mean, it was, I would say, uh, an opportunity on a platter that nobody was looking at, and that made me really jump into it. While there were no plans to do any of these things, I'm not a hospitality guy, but over the years now I think I've become that, and and that's
Right.
how hostels came into being.
Amazing. And how
Yeah.
did you convince consumers
Yeah.
to try out your service for the first time? Because obviously you were very new in the market, as you
Yeah.
said, you saw a gap.
Yeah.
But how did you convince your customer to actually book with you?
Yeah. So I still remember in the early days, this is 2015 I'm talking about, neither Make My Trip, Go Ibibo, Expedia, Agoda had anything to do with hostels. Because in India, hostels were not really a thing. Uh, the only platform that was there was Hostel World. So we did this usual route of listing on Hostel World, which was famous amongst the foreign travelers. And the other thing that we did was word of mouth. I came from college which had 1,000 people strength. Spread the word over there, spread the word in the family and friends, spread the word through social media, though social media was also not so prevalent at that point in time. So did a lot of ground marketing effort. Not really. I mean, we did not even know how to position a hostel as a product. So did all of those things. In fact, I remember the launch of first hostel. We invited 50 of the close friends. All of them were asked to create stories, post it here and there, tell their friends. That's how it began. And I would say the early adopters were foreigners. The first few hostels had almost 70% foreigners, 30% Indians. At that point in time, out of 100, I would say only one knew of what a hostel was. Today, the scenario is reversed completely.
Yeah.
But foreigners were the early adopters. Slowly and gradually, we built this. Indian travelers came to know about hostels,
Yeah.
and that's how eventually it got built.
So, what do you think has changed? Because, as you said, that earlier it was only 70% of foreigners and only 30% Indians were
Yeah.
actually staying in hostels. So, where do you see that trend changing, and how did you think? How do you think the trend has shifted? Is it that parents are more, open about sending their kids to
Yeah.
different destinations, or is it because, you know, the society itself is adapting more? What have you seen in your
Sure,
experience?
sure. Okay. As I said, the scenario reversed. Today, out of 100 people, 99 of Indian travelers know what hostels are. They did not know back in that time. So, I would say Indian traveling segment is quite experimental. And they have been experimental as in when a new offering has been positioned in front of them. For example, hostels came in, villas came later. So there are adopters there. I mean, and in huge quantity. Today, our ratio of foreign is to Indian is 95% Indians and 5% foreigners. But this took a lot of time. First, to ask Indian travelers to share spaces. That was the biggest challenge for us because as Indians we like our own privacy. We don't really want to compromise on that. So that was one thing that we really focused on to tell our consumers to understand the difference between a hotel and a hostel.
So, did you
Uh,
do some innovative marketing
Yes,
campaigns
yes,
to push
yes.
that message
Yes,
across?
we did a lot of things. We did a lot of campaigns around how you will meet newer people, how you will spend lesser. For example, you are only two people, and let's say the private room is out of your budget. Probably you can spend half of it and stay in a dorm. We promoted the concept of community living through our events and experiences. For
Yeah.
example, everyone who checks in at our hostel is asked or requested to go on a free walking tour around the property, so that we give them a flavor of where they have come. We break the ice with them. They gel with the other people who are staying at the property at that point in time, and eventually the communication becomes easier with them.
Yeah.
So we did all of those things, but I mean we kept on reinforcing the idea of hostels, and hostels through community,
Got it.
through interactions, through stories that they can
Yeah,
form.
since you spoke about community,
Yeah.
what are some of the community events that have been a big hit with the hosteler?
Oh, many. We do. I mean, our pub crawls in Bangalore, Delhi are a hit.
Okay.
We do. I would say we do kayaking morning activity. We do yoga sessions in places like Rishikesh,
Nice.
Manali. We do take people on smaller and overnight treks in Himachal, Uttarakhand.
Nice.
Uh, I mean, every place has its own
Yeah.
essence, and we sort of try to capture that essence.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give you a small example. We are in Old Goa, right opposite to Diwar Island. It's an island,
Yeah.
and we do cycling tours in Diwar Island.
Yeah.
So these are some things that definitely are not offered by hotels, and people anyway do these things while they are in Goa or Manali or Munnar anywhere. So we have sort of bridged that gap, and today people can book these events very early on before even their arrival. So that's one thing that that has helped
Yeah.
them to create a better itinerary for themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Airbnb,
Yeah.
for example, has also become a big hit where
Yeah.
you have community-driven experiences also through Airbnb,
Yeah.
right? So how is Hosteller doing things differently as opposed to Airbnb? Like for example, when I have traveled, I have booked a lot of experiences through Airbnb,
Yeah.
right? Because I am not a hostel kind of a traveler,
Sure.
maybe because of my age.
Sure.
But had I been say 19 or 20,
Yeah.
probably I would have traveled
Yeah.
differently,
Yeah.
right? Though I have stayed in hostels, but with a private room,
Yeah.
right? So how are those experiences, how do you position that experience differently to a customer who's
Sure.
an Airbnb customer,
Sure.
say?
See, first of all, I'd like to tell you that you are also a hostel customer. You are
Okay.
not, I mean, age is not really a bar at our hostels.
Yeah.
The second thing is that in an Airbnb, generally a single group goes and stay. So they book the entire Airbnb.
Yeah.
It's not really a sharing space for that
Yeah.
matter. Whereas in a hostel, our events and activities become better because you are doing it with unknown and strangers, and that's your chance to actually go on that event, experience it, but also that's the chance where you meet other people, where probably you met a few people and you're doing other few activities with them later on, or you probably plan your travel in the future with those set of people. So it's a little different. Events and activities may be same. For example, an Airbnb in Jaipur would definitely offer a free, I mean, a fort tour, and we do that also. But in our activities, it's different people coming together.
Yeah.
Maybe there are two foreigners, a few Indians. People know each other. They talk to each other. And that's the kind of bond that we form between the travelers,
Yeah.
which generally does not happen in an Airbnb. Airbnb is a private space at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
it's your own group with whom you are doing activities.
Right.
Yeah.
I know you did mention that there are all kinds of people, all kinds of age groups who have come and
Sure.
booked through Hosteller. But what's the average age of people you've seen booking through Hosteller?
So our 85% audience falls in the 18 to 32-year-old age bracket, and then we have another 15% who are 32 and plus.
And what is the difference between running, say, a hostel business compared to a homestay? Like
Sure.
I understand with hotels, you don't really get to meet people. You mentioned, you talked about that,
Yeah.
about community building,
Yeah.
about experiences. But even in homestays, I've seen that a lot of interaction happens with
Yeah.
customers. Experiences are there. So how is it running a business differently opposed to a, say, a homestay business?
No, so homestays run on a very smaller scale. Like for example, a homestay in India is anything which has 6 rooms and below. Our hostels are larger. We have our largest inventory as 80 rooms in Bangalore.
Yeah.
So obviously under one roof in a homestay there might be 4 or 5 people or 10 people at max, but in a hostel you would find 200 people under the same roof.
Okay.
That's one really big difference. But to tell you a broader difference between a hotel and hostel, if you observe, there's only a difference of one letter, which is S, and that S stands for social. So we are social hotels at the end of the day. We operate like hotels, but we are social, more social than a
Interesting.
hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what kind of revenue model as a company do you follow? Is it per bed or per experience, or do you also have memberships for
Yeah.
frequent traveling
Yeah.
customers?
So we have a lot of sources of revenue. First is our accommodation revenue, which is our stay revenue. We run a lot of cafes at our hostels. We run around 50 cafes at our hostels. So we have an F&B revenue also. And then we have a lot of ancillary concierge revenue. Concierge meaning your airport transfers or train station transfers, renting a scooter, renting a vehicle in a city like Goa. We do a lot of walks, tours, hikes, adventure sports. All of those things form a part of our revenue. We have our own membership program. We have around 4,000 members at the moment.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful, and in fact, we are launching one very interesting thing in our membership program, which is everyone has their mobile recharge, Netflix recharge, all of these things, or a Zomato and a Swiggy membership. the same way we are bringing out our travel recharge. It's a 999 travel membership plan
Okay.
that people can buy. It's a quarterly thing, and for the entire quarter the person would get additional discounts, no blackout dates, early check-in request would be accepted, and things like those. So I
Okay.
mean, this is first of its kind, to be launched by any hospitality company in the country.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
but that's pretty amazing because I
Yeah.
think that'll open up a lot of doors for you for travelers
Yes.
who want some bit of flexibility
Yes. And
as
it will
well.
bring in loyalty also. Once someone is a member, once someone is a Zomato member, definitely they order again and again from Zomato and not from any other platform. Yeah.
Right. And I'm assuming accommodation is your biggest revenue generator.
Yes. Yes.
Right. And what kind of operational challenges you've seen while running a hospitality brand, right? Compared to say an Airbnb or
Yeah.
any hotel for that
Yeah.
matter.
No. So I would say for any hospitality organization, whether it's a hotel, villa, homestay, or a hostel, we face similar kind of challenges, but these are interesting challenges. One interesting challenge I'll tell you. Uh, at one of our property, the approach road was blocked by a fallen tree. Okay, there was immense rainfall, a tree fell, and that tree could not be cut and removed for almost 18 to 20 days.
Okay.
So we face challenges like those. Monsoons are difficult. I mean, definitely a difficult quarter for us. We face a lot of challenges with respect to, I would say, landslides, people not being able to reach the property, power outages, long power outages. I mean, we have backups at each of our hostels. However, if the power is gone for 7, 8, 10 days due to extreme rainfall, it becomes a very challenging situation. Uh, we face challenges when larger groups come in and they try to hijack the entire community aspect of the hostel. So all of those challenges, but these are good challenges that we have been dealing with every year, and they are making us wiser.
Right. And what has that taught you? How what has that taught you as a person?
So first thing that it has taught us is to be pre-prepared. I would say imagine certain difficulties that are to come. For example, we start prepare any hotel for that matter starts preparing for monsoons from the month of April and May itself. For example, there's a shift in season in Q4, which is January, February, March. People start preparing for snowfall, which is again a very big difference between the weathers. For example, challenges like challenge, for example, in COVID times, we faced a lot of challenges. So challenges like building your supplies with respect to food and beverage so that you last for at least 45 to 60 days. Challenges like those. Challenges with respect to again, I mean, weather is definitely a bad actor
Yeah.
in our operations,
Yeah.
and we do a lot of things on that front.
Right. What's that one thing guests walk away with when they stay with you for a longer duration of time, or 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, whatever they stay with you? What is that one thing customers walk away with
Sure.
after staying with you?
Okay, so I would say not 100%, but I would say 97, 98% of our travelers leave with the fact that they are not going back to a hotel ever again.
Okay. Wow.
So what I mean to say is anyone who has experienced a hostel and is not probably traveling with their families as such, and are traveling with their friends, solo, couples, would definitely go back and stay at a hostel rather than a hotel.
Okay.
So what they walk out of with is a change in their perspective. They probably did not come in with that perspective, but they are definitely leaving with that perspective that they want to go back and stay at hostels at different locations.
Nice, very nice, interesting. You spoke a lot about community building, that how you have a lot of these experiences for your guests. So, how do you balance community building with profitability?
Yes. Till now, we have not focused on profitability in our community aspect. What we have instead focused is on the repeat uh, trend of these travelers. So, for example, someone who has booked us and is doing an activity for free for the first time, that builds a kind of loyalty that gets that customer back to our hostels, maybe at different location. So the idea is to keep that end consumer within the brand through events and activities, so that our other sources of revenue, which is our accommodation revenue, F&B revenue, just keeps on growing. So, but yes, we do a lot of paid activities also. For example, the kayaking morning activity. It's a paid activity because the at the end of the day, it costs to the vendor to provide that particular activity. So those are certain things that are chargeable. But we do a lot of free activities. For example, our pub crawls are free. We have our tie-ups with a lot of pubs in different cities, which who offer free drinks, free activities to these participants. But the idea is to build this long term and not look at profitability at the moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. You have something called the Glue app also, right? Can
Yes.
you talk a little bit about that and how
Yes.
that makes a traveler's experience more fruitful or more easier?
Sure, sure. So Glue is our web app. We are soon converting it to a mobile app. So it's a web environment at the moment. Glue is the glue between the guest and the brand.
Okay.
That's why it's named Glue.
Okay.
What Glue does is it allows a guest to do contactless check-in. It allows the guest to, for example, place room requests. So, for example, if you stay in a hotel and you need, let's say, a linen change or extra towels, you would pick up the intercom, call them, they will send someone.
Yeah.
In our setup, we don't have intercoms. So you go on the app, place the request for extra towels. The towels would be delivered to your door. You can place food and beverage orders. You can control your lights, ACs, TV, fan,
Oh.
everything through your phone, and not just being in the room. You can be 100 or 1000 kilometer away also from your room, and you can switch it on, switch it off. You can book events and activities. So it's basically a concierge plus a servicing app
Right.
that gives the customer the flexibility to do everything right from their phone.
Right, and you're coming up with a mobile version
Yes, we are
also
coming
very
up with a
soon.
mobile version.
So that's very convenient, I think,
Yes.
because then guests don't need to call the customer care number
Yeah, yeah.
for everything,
Yes,
an add-on
absolutely.
service
In
or anything.
fact, I would like to tell you and tell everyone through your podcast
Yeah.
that we don't have a customer care number, okay?
Okay.
Because we have sort of digitized everything
Yeah.
to make it humanless for ease of usage. We, in fact, are building many other features on our Glue app, which is, for example, uh, 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 expense sharing module, which is like a splitwise,
Split
so
way, yeah.
that if you and I are traveling and we want to split our bill, we can
Right.
just do it on the Glue app
Oh,
itself.
it has those kind of features
Yes,
as
so
well.
we are building it now. As in when we launch the app, we'll have those features. We are also making a travel tender, but
Oh.
only limited to the number of people who are staying during your stay duration. So, for
In
example,
that particular
yes,
hostel.
in that particular hostel, and it will be moderated with security and safety in place, where anyone who wants to connect with any other person while they are staying in the hostel, they can connect. So building and bringing the community together. So all of those features are now coming up.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty interesting because
yeah.
that's also a great way for, say, a girl and a guy to actually bond
Yes,
and
absolutely.
over like-minded interests.
Yes.
Right, so that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Right, so which service or activity actually surprises guests a lot? It's like a surprise element for guests when they come to your hostel. Have you seen any such
I mean,
trends
many
or?
things. For example, not everyone knows. Not everyone who is the first timer knows that we do free activities right after their check-in. So their check-in happens at 2 o'clock. We take people on a free activity at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So that's something that people really like. That the hostel is doing something for them while they are there. For example, very small activity in Goa. Everyone who checks in gets a free shot. So the agenda is to get them in the mood right after the check-in. So we do all of those things, and smaller hooks here and there for sure.
Right. So looking back, while you were building Hosteller, what's that one decision in your business you think has really changed the game for you, the way you run your business today?
Uh, I think our adoption of technology
Okay.
is definitely a very big change in the way that we operate today. For example, I'll just give you a very small example.
Yeah.
As and when we are growing, as and when we are adding more hostels, the number of people that we are hosting every day is increasing. To deal with that magnitude of customers, you can't deal with them manually. You can't handle their requests manually. You can't answer to their queries manually. You can't share data manually. So earlier we used to do that. For example, anyone who used to book us, we used to give them a pre-arrival call. Hi, where are you? Are you coming? What time are you coming?
Yeah.
Would you need something while at the time of your check-in and all of those things? Now we have digitized all of those things. So that manual effort has been reduced to almost zero today.
Yeah.
And likewise, we have done a lot of small, big integrations at different processes where technology has helped us. And I think over the next few years, or I would say for the entirety of the business, technology is the one which will help us scale even larger. Yeah.
Amazing. Pranav, I'm keen to ask you, how did you get the first, say, 100 people to hear about Hosteller? I know you mentioned in our conversation that you did a lot of word of mouth in your own networks, but
Sure.
were there any other marketing strategies, offbeat marketing strategies you adopted
Sure.
that got you your first 100 customers?
Yes. So as I said, we were on Hostel World. However, I mean we got a good flow of people from there. But traditionally we approached a lot of schools and colleges in Jaipur. So our first hostel was in Jaipur. The second was in Delhi. So we approached a lot of colleges and schools in Jaipur and Delhi. Uh, if you know about an organization called ISEC,
Yeah, of course.
so we partner with them. They get a lot of foreign volunteers and interns for longer periods. So we tied up with them also. And then mostly it was friends and friends after friends. So those sort of people recommended hostels because there were only a few at that point in time. So people were hearing it from different people, and those who were probably traveling wanted to experience hostels, and they were coming and staying with us. So I
Right.
still remember a few of our guests who came for 2 nights, stayed for more than 45 nights
45
at a
nights. Wow.
stretch because they were
Wow.
either freelancers working from home and all of those things. So we hosted those many people, those kind of people as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I was one of those people during
yeah,
COVID just went to Himachal for a 1 month trip
yeah.
and stayed there, right,
Sure,
in
sure.
different
Yes,
parts.
yes.
So
Yeah, so
I can
many people who were probably in the same boat as yours
yeah,
were coming and staying with us.
right.
Yeah.
Now, talking about marketing, was there any marketing move you tried that totally surprised you with the results?
Sure, absolutely. Uh, on the marketing front, let me tell you, we are thrifty people. We don't like to spend too much. But what we realized very early on is we do a certain percentage of occupancies, and the remaining number of beds goes unsold every day. And we are into perishable inventory, which means that the beds that I can't sell today are of no use tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay, so because the clock has turned. Okay.
yeah.
Uh, so we understood the importance of our unsold nights. We call it nights, bed nights, and started offering those free nights to lot of different kind of people. For example, someone coming for 2 nights, we used to entice them that okay, you are coming for 2 nights. Here is one night free from our end, and you book another night. So you pay for 3 nights and get to stay for 4 nights. While we launch new hostels, we roll out a lot of campaigns like, for example, first 100 bookers are absolutely invited to stay with us for free. So these are free nights that we distribute to different sort of people and during different campaigns. So this really helped us uh, I would say broaden the reach, entice people with absolutely zero spend on accommodation. And today also we have this one campaign which is giving back to the society, where we at each of our hostel one bed night, one dormitory bed is free every day. So anyone who comes and books us, this is first come first serve basis. Whosoever will book it will be offered free night for that
So
particular
is it
night.
like a lucky draw of sorts,
No,
or
anyone who goes onto the website, we have a coupon code. They can just use that coupon code to book it. So it's one hostel, one dorm night every day.
understood? And
Yeah.
what is the ROI that your brand got after you executed these sort of offbeat, say, marketing strategies?
Yeah, I mean our spend on our total revenue is less than 7%. So we are sitting at a very healthy, I would say 12 to 13 times ROI on our marketing efforts.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's a
yeah.
sort of marketing. Yeah.
Yes.
What are the other kind of marketing channels you use to promote Hosteller to
So
your
we
target
do
group?
we do a lot of things. This is one of it. We do a lot of influencer marketing. We do a lot of user generated content and content marketing. We are there on many affiliate channels. For example, we are on Tripoto, So Delhi, Thrilophilia. We are on a very many corporate rewards and recognition platform like Advantage Club, Vantage Circle, and these are those platforms where people come to look for offers while they're traveling. We do a lot of, I would say, sponsorships to colleges, to schools during their events, because that's the right kind of audience that we want to capture at a very early stage. We also do a lot of retention marketing where I mean, our repeat customer ratio is around 40%, and that is only
Oh, that's pretty
because,
good.
yes, and that is only because we nudge people every now and then. For example, if it's someone's birthday this month, we'll send them 2 free nights and tell them, Come celebrate your birthday with us. This is from our side." So things like those, and that is why without spending much on marketing, our returns on marketing is very high.
Right. Talk a little bit about user generated content, because I think that plays a very important role for
Sure.
brands like yours to increase the virality.
Yeah.
So if you could throw some light on what
Sure.
kind of initiatives you all have taken as a
Yeah.
brand on UGC.
Yeah. So see, this happens from the way that we create a product, create a hostel. I mean, when we are in that phase of developing a hostel, we we create photography corners. We create a lot of arts and murals and all of those things in the property. We have we when we pick up a property, we choose if the property has good views or not. Can people come here and start clicking pictures and all of those things. And then UGC also happens at the time of events and activities that we do. So UGC definitely forms a very big way for us to source content that generally do not happen in a hotel. I personally have not really clicked myself or any part of the hotel during my hotel stays. But in a hostel, you are automatically in that mood that you want to click everything, you want to click people, you want to click views, you want to click the corners, you want to click yourself,
Yeah.
and all of those things. So UGC definitely is a very big form of content generation for us. Yeah.
Understood. And what is one hard marketing lesson you've learned along the way while you're building the brand, while you have built the brand?
So one lesson I would not really call it that we don't want to experiment with that, but one thing that we have over the period learned is uh, performance marketing ads are something that we as a brand do not want to do, and there's
Okay.
a logic behind it is that our weekends are 100% sold out. So our Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays are 100% sold out. On a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, howsoever ad you run or you do paid marketing, flow of people coming to hostels, and especially for tourism and travel purposes, is always going to be less, because it's something that happens when an individual has free time, and generally weekends, weekdays are not really those days when people have free time and they would like to travel. So we did try a lot of times to spend on meta ads, performance marketing, but somehow it never yielded the results that we desired. So that's one thing that we have not done in a long time.
Okay,
Yeah.
and in your opinion, in your experience, what are the top three ways you can market to a Gen Z,
Yeah.
somebody who's in their 20s,
Yeah.
early 20s? What are the top three tips you would like to give our viewers today, especially when marketing to Gen Z?
Sure. So, I okay. I'll concise the tip in just one and not three. The only tip is that you need to tell the Gen Z, or anyone for that matter, the stories that are happening, the stories that are brewing at your hostel. If those stories are some stories that they can connect with, they are going to be your customer. uh, I mean, it's a simple strategy that that hostel should be so lively, should have so many stories here and there, that if you show them to the end audience, and they get clicked and they get connected with it, you are going to win over them. So it's that we used to do a lot of, I would say, five things to do here, five things to do there, and all of those sort of things. But since last 12 to 18 months, we have now pivoted to displaying more stories, what this particular place has to offer you, how these two people met and became friends for life, how this solo female took her journey and it entirely changed her life, and things like those. So some stories that they personally would connect with.
Yeah.
And if you are able to do that, definitely that's the right kind of marketing for Gen Z's.
In your opinion, how has the hostel and budget travel industry in India changed from what it was earlier to what it is now? And what are some of the trends you're seeing that is going to shape the travel industry, say, in the next 3 to 5 years?
Sure. So I think 8 to 10 years prior, and to a lot of extent today also, this budget budget hospitality industry is unbranded. Meaning, lot of operators operate in silos. Maybe they have one, two properties. I mean, it's not well structured under a few brands. For example, there are a few brands who are changing this landscape. For example, Tribo came in. Bloom hotels are operating
Yeah.
beautiful property. I would say we are doing a lot of work in that particular area, but still, I would say 95% of this sector is very unorganized, not standardized, because there are hardly any brands.
Yeah.
But if I mean, I ask this question to a lot of people that I speak with. There are a lot of 4 stars and 5 star brands that everyone remembers, and everyone has a favorite. For example, my favorite is Taj Hotels, in the 5 star category. But if we ask this question, that do you even remember any brand in 1 to 3 star category? People really don't have an answer to it,
Yeah.
because there's hardly any brand over there,
Yeah.
which is pan India. There might be smaller brands like Bloom, like us, who are in 20 30 cities, but if you consider pan India, maybe 100 cities, there are hardly any brand.
Yeah.
So that is something that is now changing. There is standardization that is coming in this particular segment also. And people are recognizing the importance of 1 to 3 star category of hotels, because they cater to the, and I mean, 1 to 3 star category forms 95% of the market today. Only 5% of the market is 4 star and 5 star.
Yeah.
So it's a huge chunk that needs standardization, and a few brands are now doing that also.
Right. And you see
Yeah.
that trend evolving
Yes.
over time.
Yes.
Right. And what is that one travel trend, say, over the years that has surprised you the most? Something
Yeah.
that has really caught your attention?
Yeah. No, so like we were speaking, people want to travel as soon as they are getting a chance to travel. They are not waiting. They don't have a fixed frequency of travel in a year, like our parents used to have. साल में एक ही बार जाएंगे travel करने. It's not really that phenomena anymore. People if they have a long weekend, they will travel. If they are able to couple a few holidays with long weekend to make it a long weekend, they will travel. People would travel just because they have not traveled for quite some time, so they will travel. They won't look at the budget because everything is now becoming affordable with hostels coming in the picture. People are traveling for work, people are traveling for exploration,
Yeah.
discovering themselves. So, a lot of things have changed, and especially after COVID, people are now giving importance to travel, like how they give importance to their health, to for example, socializing with friends.
Yeah.
It has become a form of socializing more than anything else.
Right. Do you think people are also coupling the business travel with extending the travel into personal travel?
Yes,
Do you think that
absolutely.
trend is happening?
I mean, I do that all the time. If I have a work travel for 3 days, I make it four. I spend one day to not do work. And a lot of people do that. Uh, and especially even if you're not extending your stay by a few more nights, hostels are definitely that infra, that offering where if anyone who is, let's say, going to Bangalore for work gets done by 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening with their work, have the rest of the evening in the hostel to socialize, to do events, take
Yeah.
part in all of those things. So, I mean, people are definitely looking for more than a business trip.
Right. And what is that one biggest misconception people have about running a travel business in India?
One very big misconception.
Yeah.
Uh, like people have a very big misconception with respect to hostels, that hostels are, I would say, cheaper accommodation. Okay. See, and that's a misconception that we really do not, I would say, agree with, because hostels are not really cheap. It's. I mean, everyone's definition of cheap is different. For example, cheap for you might be a 10,000 per night stay. For any other person, maybe a 500 rupee per night stay. See, we are richer in experiences
Yeah.
and pocket friendly at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So that's one misconception that is there about hostels as a category.
Right.
Yeah.
And what are some of the values you never compromise on in the travel industry?
Sure. So yes, safety is one value that we never
Yeah.
compromise on. The second thing that is about cleanliness and hygiene. Uh, I mean, our hostels go through a rigorous 5 to 7 step process every 3 hours in order to ensure cleanliness and hygiene. And third thing is definitely community. We want more and more people to come and interact with each other, spend lesser time in their rooms, but more time in the common areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And could we also see hostel ecosystems becoming more like lifestyle brands, like say with merchandise, loyalty programs, and
Yeah.
stuff like that? Do you see that happening in India or that adoption taking off in India?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. It has become a lifestyle choice. People want to incorporate travel in their lifestyle uh, by frequently traveling, by associating with travel brands in one way or another. Um, like we have this amazing program called as the Nomad Network. Now, the Nomad Network is what it does is it gives the opportunity to any traveler who is coming and staying with us to become our volunteer, and then be a volunteer for 30 days, 45 days,
Yeah.
60 days, for howsoever
Yeah,
they
actually, I
wanted.
saw that at your Shoja property.
Yes,
When I stayed there, there
yes.
were a lot of people who were. So, in return, you give them accommodation,
We give
but
them
they were serving the guests
accommodation, we
and.
give them an opportunity to become a full-time employee of the company,
Yeah.
and it gives them a chance to meet a lot of people, maybe find their next opportunity while meeting people, and it also gives them that freedom to spend 30 days, 45 days. I mean, it's still a very big barrier in a lot of people's mind to go and stay at some other place for 45 days. I mean, we are generally comfortable in our homes to stay for longer,
Yeah.
but at a different place, at not your usual place, it becomes quite a challenging task, and this gives that opportunity also to a lot of people.
Amazing. Now, often we've seen that Gen Z is, driving the solo experiences, and a lot of people, Gen Z, are traveling solo,
Yeah.
as we discussed in the earlier
Yeah.
segment, right? So, what patterns have you observed, especially with when it comes to spending and accommodation? Have you seen any interesting trends, especially with the way they spend their money?
Yeah. No, so they are value seekers. They if they're spending, let's say, 1,000 rupee on an activity, they would want the value of that 1,000 rupee at the end of the day. Uh, Gen Zs and I would say millennials also are the ones who are not really minding about uh, if an activity is too expensive or a stay is too expensive until unless they see a value in it. Also, I would say they are they are they're conscious of spending money in the right I would say services. For example, we do a lot of I mean, as you know, I mean, hostels are full of sharing spaces.
Yeah.
So if a Gen Z or a millennial is coming solo, they would not prefer to stay in a private room because they think that it's unnecessarily I would say overspending on an accommodation. They're very comfortable living in a shared dormitory. So I mean, I think they're more value conscious. They love to spend. They I mean, by value conscious, I don't mean that their budget they're on
Yeah.
a tight budget. They would want to spend on the right things offered to them. Yeah.
Right. And when you compare the Gen Zs with the millennials, have you seen some stark differences in the way they book accommodation or in terms of booking beds or engaging with hostel activities? Have you seen any differences in these two cohorts?
Yeah, I mean, one of those are more planned. The other one is on the fly. Like for
So you mean
example,
Gen Z is more
so
on the fly?
yes, so Gen Zs are generally on the fly. They will come. They'll book two beds. They'll come with four people.
Oh, okay.
And then they will say, "Oh, we came with four people. The plan got made at the end of
Right.
everything,
Yeah.
and now we have two more people."
Right.
So sometimes we fall into that trap of not having enough beds to accommodate them, but we can't also say we don't also want to say no to them. So we try to accommodate them somehow.
Yeah.
But I would say millennials are little better planned. They book their travel in advance. They ensure that all the things are in place before arrival. Gen Zs, I would say, are more casual. They'll
Right.
I mean, Gen Zs are also casual in a way where if they met two or five other people and they are departing early to some other hostel, they won't mind leaving their stay at that property and move along with them.
Yeah.
So they're very free flowing
Yeah.
as compared to anyone else.
And how did both these cohorts choose destinations? The kind of destinations they choose.
Yeah.
Have you seen some pattern
Yeah, yeah.
between Gen Z and millennials?
So Gen Zs are mostly adventure seekers or party people. Millennials are more on leisure, heritage, culture. Uh, yeah, I mean that's really the
Yeah.
choice of. I mean the difference of choice between both of these cohorts.
Yeah.
Gen Zs are coming to places like Goa, Manali, whereas millennials are going to places like I would say Kodaikanal, which is more silent, more peaceful, has its own privacy in place, and all of those things. Yeah.
Right. And what do you think of this new Generation Alpha, Gen Alpha, right? The guys who are born between 2010 and 2025.
Yeah.
Like they have a mind of their own,
Yeah.
right? And they seek travel experiences very differently.
Yeah.
They are the 13-year-old, 14-year-old
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
So have you seen some trends there also that those kind of people are booking
No, so
hostels?
unfortunately, we don't host Gen Alpha at the moment. We have a lower age restriction of 18 years
Okay.
and above. We don't have a upper age restriction as such. So I mean, we have not encountered them as of now, but that's an interesting point that you have brought
Yeah.
in. We
Yeah.
should probably experiment it at a few of our hostels and see how this generation is
Because
going
I
to
know
react.
so many people in that age group, say
Sure.
13, 14, 15-year-old,
Yeah.
they want to have those experiences, they want to travel with their friends,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? But
Absolutely.
because as you said, because of the age restriction, or
Yeah.
sometimes parental pressure,
Yeah. Yeah.
parents not allowing you,
Yeah.
that kind of takes a backseat.
Sure.
But if somebody could solve for that generation also,
Yeah.
that could become a very interesting business model.
Yes. Yes. No. No. Next time that we meet, probably we would have solved for it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you share some insider tips for travelers booking hostels for the first time in India?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the people who book hostels for the first time in India, first of all, should be open-minded to share spaces, to meet people. So yes, if you are an introvert, be prepared to get surprised, because you'll hear a lot of hi and how are you from a lot of people. Uh, the other tip is definitely carry your essentials. For example, while you're staying in a dorm, you should carry your towel. Though we provide a towel based on request, but yes, these are some things that one should be mindful of. Third thing is definitely pack light. We are at the end of the day a backpacker hostel,
Yeah.
meaning there has to be a backpack on your back. Don't come with trolleys and all of those things, because sometime you might find it challenging. So that's one more tip. And I would say the last tip or piece of advice would be that I mean, you are not really coming to sleep at the hostel. So be prepared to have longer nights and shorter days. Yeah.
That's amazing. I think those are some such amazing tips. For
Yes.
thanks for sharing that, Pranav.
Yes.
If every 20-year-old could visit, just one place
Sure.
in their lifetime to learn about life, where would it be and why?
No, I think India is as a country is the place to learn about life. I mean, India has such a huge heritage and richness in it, that if you go to a place such as Varanasi, you would learn about life, spirituality, religion. If you go to a place like Manali, you will learn about life in the mountains, snow, stability. If you go to a place like Goa, you'll really learn about being street smart, being carefree, and all of those things. So I mean, every destination in India has something or the other to offer, and as a country, we are blessed to be here and learn from the experiences. Yeah.
Right. And for every 20-year-old who's, say, traveling across India, and if they had, say, only 30 to 40,000 rupees in their pocket today, how can they afford to travel across India or even abroad for that matter?
Okay. So, India for sure, anyone who's earning 30-40,000 a month can easily take two trips in a month. As I said, it costs less than 5,000 rupees. So, yeah, I mean, they can travel anytime that they want. But yeah, especially if you ask me about a foreign trip, there are a lot of countries today. In proximity to India, where you can travel in less than 15,000 rupees. Places like Sri Lanka, Nepal, Thailand, Vietnam also. I mean, you should always look out for those times where the airlines get cheaper. For example, Indigo just is getting going to get cheaper for the next few days. So you need to find deals. You can download apps like Skyscanner, where you can just look for budget travel options, flight options, and stay is always I would say sorted when there are hostels in those countries. So travel to a country where hostels are there. Uh, Volunteer while you are traveling. It's the best way to travel for free. I mean, you apply to a lot of hostels beforehand only, before traveling only, and the ones who offer a volunteering opportunity to you should be the hostels that you can really, or the
Yeah.
countries that you can really go to.
So your accommodation and your food becomes free.
Yes.
The only thing that you need to take care of is your
Yes,
travel,
absolutely.
travel cost.
Absolutely. I'll
That's
give you a very interesting story. My first interaction with hostels happened in Paris. the first hostel that I went to, it was run by a couple who loved Indian food, and I used to cook back in the days. I still cook for myself today. So we bartered. I used to cook for them in the evening and for myself, and they let me stay for free for 5 nights.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
how my first interaction with backpacker hostels happened.
Right.
And I mean, I was surprised to stay for free at in a country like France and in a city like Paris. Yeah.
Amazing. No, in
Yeah.
fact, I was going to ask you very pertinent questions related to your personal stories because
Sure.
I'd love to hear that of what was, one of those wildest or most unforgettable experiences while you were traveling to the countries you've been to.
Yeah.
Is there
Yeah.
been some experience like
No, no,
that you'd
many
like to share?
experiences. Wild, I don't know, but strange, definitely a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like, for example, once I was in Milan, in Italy. Uh, uh, no, sorry, in Spain. And I I was going through the entire city. We were thrifty at that point, did not have internet access on our phone. I was searching for my hostel. And it took me what 4 hours of walking in that city, and I couldn't find the hostel. At the end of it, when I looked at the maps again, uh, the location that I had put in was in Munich and not
Oh,
really in Milan. So I
yeah.
mean, 4 hours of, and it did not feel like 4 hours because it
Yeah.
was a new city, everything was new. I mean, I was in that explorer mode at that point in time. There are a lot of stories with respect to. I mean, we as a group of friends went to Thailand. Took a lot of ferry journeys, and then I feel that that was one of the very tough one to do because a few of our friends, my friends, were not really accustomed to traveling on sea. So different weird
Experiences.
journeys and experiences for sure.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Amazing. I think because travel teaches you so much, right?
yeah.
I mean, it's just the interactions you get to learn so much,
Sure.
and you also get to learn about different cultures.
Yes.
I think that's the beauty of travel,
Yes.
I would say. Right. Which is the place that took your breath away? Like, is there a place that you have in mind that was absolutely stunning,
Yeah.
and you would keep going back there again?
Yeah. Like if you ask me, in India, Kerala is my love. Love the love the state, love the greenery, love the people, love the food. Outside India, I think I love Santorini. Beautiful island.
Yeah.
Have you been?
I've been to
Okay.
Santorini,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mykonos,
Yes.
all of those
Yes.
islands.
So I think it's my dream destination to settle at the end of everything.
Wow.
So yeah, Santorini is one. A lot of, I mean, Bruges in Belgium is another.
Bruges, yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful,
For
beautiful small
beer
town.
lovers.
Beer lovers, chocolate lovers, the city. I mean, it's sort of a village. So
Yeah.
I mean, that place is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, obligations.
Right. And you mentioned about how it has changed you as a person.
Yeah,
So how has it changed your personality?
yeah,
Like, has it made you more confident,
yeah.
or if you could, tell us something about that piece,
Sure.
because that will be very interesting to
Sure.
know.
No, so this is a very interesting question. Uh, I have traveled to almost 20 states in the country. Okay. And travel has made me understand the people, the culture. So, for example, if you are in Himachal, you speak a different tone with the locals. If you are in Uttarakhand, the tone is absolutely different. So you have to adjust to their local dialect. You have to have that local dialect to show respect to different people. Uh, Travel over the years have also changed me very much from the point of view of that I understand geography much better than a lot of people. Today, if anyone asks me how to reach to that place or this place, I mean, it's on back of my head. I can recollect and tell people. It has also made me resourceful. If I have to get any work done in any of the states that I have traveled to, I think I have local contacts, connects,
Yeah.
administration I would say knowledge and all of those things. So travel is going to make everyone's way of looking at that particular travel spot or destinations
Yeah.
in a much better fashion and as compared to someone who has not traveled to those places.
Right. And
Yeah.
what are the top three travel apps that you have on your phone whenever you travel?
Okay, I for flights make my trip. For accommodation, booking.com, and for I would say uh, yeah, I mean these two, not many. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because I think being in the travel industry, we don't really do a lot of things on the app. Now we have connects and we just
Yeah.
make things possible that
Right.
way.
You spoke about travel shaping your personality. How has that helped you the way you run your business today?
Sure. No, it has, okay. Travel, see, when you travel, you meet a lot of people, okay? When you meet a lot of people, you understand the personalities of a lot of people. So, how it has helped us eventually is we are we are sitting across the table with anyone with a better knowledge with us, okay. Like we do a lot of real estate deals because we take properties on long term leases. While we sit with them, we understand what kind of person the other person is, what does he want with respect to let's say more commercial, more higher commercials, maintenance. He wants a long term association with us. He
Yeah.
values us as a brand or not. So we understand the other person's behavior, and we are better prepared while doing all of those things with them. Travel has also made us I would say become street smart in dealing with a lot of things happening at on the business level. Travel has also made us seamlessly organize the work that we have. We as a brand are spread over multiple locations, so it's whenever the business is multi-location, it becomes very difficult to manage from a centralized location.
Yeah.
But that local knowledge, like for example, out of our 65 properties, I have not been to 25 properties myself yet.
Okay.
Okay. But the other 40 that I have been to, I know every bit of things that happen in those locations. I am very resourceful for those locations. But those 25 that I have not been to are some locations that I also have lesser knowledge about. And as and when I will travel to these locations, that first hand experience, that first hand insight will make me even wiser to deal
Right.
with problems and issues of those locations.
Right.
So travel gives you a lot of perspective, definitely.
Amazing. No, I couldn't agree
Yeah,
more on
yeah,
that
yeah.
front. Pranav, I know entrepreneurship is a lonely journey,
Yeah.
and more so when you do it alone.
Yeah.
You have been a solo entrepreneur for the
Yeah.
last more than 10 years of your life now. So tell us about how do you really manage without a co-founder? Because managing a brand of this scale with say 65 locations doesn't come easy, of course.
Yeah.
How do you really manage the hustle every single day without having somebody to play the devil's advocate in your business?
Sure, sure. No, so when you are riding your journey solo, I think like you also, uh, I mean, first of all, consistency is the most important thing. Uh, I see the younger generation uh, looking for work life balance and all of those things, which is good also, but everyone has a different definition of balance. Being in my position, consistency for me is to show up at work every day, whether you are uh, feeling like it or not, but show up every day and solve problems. And especially those who are solo founders, they can't afford to be slacking in any manner. That's one thing. But yes, the ride is of solitude. It's quite alone at the top. You sometimes need to have those discussions with people to cross verify your judgments and your opinions. And that is one thing that every solo founder lacks.
So, Pranav, I wanted to ask you that if somebody who is an aspiring hospitality, somebody who is an aspiring entrepreneur who is from a hospitality background and who wants to build a hospitality brand just like yours, what are some of the tips that you can give, this target segment of what they should do and what they shouldn't do while
Sure.
they're building their hospitality brand?
Sure. So, like I could talk about hotel accommodation in the the wider hospitality sector.
Yeah.
Uh, First is start small. I mean, don't really jump onto larger opportunities. Do small, experiment, perfect, and then aim for larger things. Location is the key in our business. You have to have a right location for your property. If you do that, probably half of the work is done. Third thing is always work with great people, and people come or the people become great if you pay attention, you give training, you give love, you give challenges and opportunities to those individuals. So yes, I think these are few tips: getting the property right, working with the correct set of people, and then starting small
Yeah.
and building it large.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And we were just discussing like a while back that since you're a solo entrepreneur
Yeah.
and you've built a 1,000 member team,
Yeah.
how do you really manage talent, especially when you have so many blue collared
Sure.
workers working for you where the
Yeah.
loyalty is so
Yeah.
low?
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to entrepreneurs of managing people and in
Yeah.
general retaining people?
Yeah.
Any tips for that?
Yeah. So we have done a lot of uh, creative things to appreciate a lot of people at different roles. For example, in for our blue collar employees, we have this program of allowing or giving them an allowance for going to their home and back every 3 months. We have this referral program in place where anyone who is referring some other person, they get a referral amount. We have rewards and recognitions happening every quarter,
Yeah.
where every employee at different roles are judged and then they are rewarded and recognized. We have a very I would say structured way of doing appraisals and timely appraisals for many individuals who have performed. We
Yeah.
have career changing paths also for individuals. For example, anyone who has performed really well in a housekeeping department has absolute freedom to move into a front office department also.
Yeah, so upskilling
Yes.
also, and even getting them up to speed with other departments if they are
Yes.
performed well, if
And
they
if they
performed
have
well.
the zeal to move and switch departments, so all of those things help us retain. We have the best or one of the best or the least attrition percentage in the hospitality industry, and that is because we pay a lot of attention on each of the individual who work with us, and the idea is to always grow people who have worked within the company than hiring someone from somewhere else. For example, our operations head today joined as a front desk executive, and in those 9 10 years he has grown and moved the ladder, moved up the ladder to becoming the head of operations for the company.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So I think pulling up people and recognizing that talent and giving that due respect also is very important, right?
Absolutely.
Recognizing that talent that
Yes.
this person can handle a certain scale
Yeah.
for your work.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are
Yes.
some very valuable lessons I think
Yeah.
you've provided today. So I think we've come to the end of the segment and the end of the show. But before
Sure.
we wrap up, I'll give you one statement and you can tell us if it's a myth or a fact.
Okay.
And if you want to explain your answer,
Sure.
you can feel free to explain your answer as well.
Sure.
So traveling solo in India is dangerous.
It's a myth. It's a myth, and my answer to that is you need to experience it to actually know if it's a myth or a fact.
Right.
Yeah.
Traveling is too expensive for students or young professionals.
It's a myth. It's a myth because, as I said, anyone who has even 3,000 rupee in his pocket can travel. So It's a myth.
Right. You must book everything months in advance.
It's a myth. On only out of 365 days, you need to be cautious to book in advance for 20 days. Rest 345 days you can book as and when you like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hostels are dirty and unsafe.
It's a myth. It's a very big myth. Again, the answer to that is come and experience
Yeah.
hostels and you would love it.
Right.
Yeah.
Tourist spots are the only places worth visiting.
It's a myth. See, but over the years, India as a country has seen a lot of offbeat places popping up here and there.
Yeah.
People actually are moving away from the high traffic touristy spots and moving away to these offbeat locations where they can spend a few nights in peace, in privacy, with nature, with a peaceful surrounding altogether. So
Yeah.
yes, tourist spots are not the only places to visit.
Right. You can't experience local culture in a hostel.
It's a myth. It's a myth because hostels are all about that
Yeah.
local culture, heritage, and
Yeah.
everything.
Backpackers are only for students.
I mean, it's a myth because a backpacker is, as I said, is not restricted by age or gender.
Yeah.
A backpack. I mean, I'll tell you a story with respect to this. We have hosted a couple. They were in their 70s and they traveled 7,000 kilometers on cycle from Portugal to India.
Wow.
So
Hmm.
So, I mean, a backpacker can be anyone.
Hmm.
I mean, any young at heart traveler.
Age no bar.
Age is not a bar. Yeah,
Okay. You can't learn or grow from short trips.
it's a myth. The moment you step out of your house, you can learn anything. So, the only thing that anyone needs to do is to step out. Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Pranav. I think this was such an insightful conversation. A lot of value and a lot of insights that you've provided on the show. So very happy that you came onto my show, and thank you again, once again, that we did had this conversation.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thank
Yeah.
you for inviting me. And through your podcast, I would love to tell everyone that hosteling is the way, is the new super cool way of traveling. So everyone should hostel.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
very
for being
much.
here.
Yes,
Thank you, guys. And this was the end of the episode. We were here with Pranav Dangi, who is the founder of Hosteller. If you've liked this episode, do like and subscribe to our channel, Breakthrough Moments with Priyanka Bhatt. We are on YouTube and Instagram, and we'll be coming up with weekly episodes really soon. So stay tuned, and we'll be back really soon.